to the Five-A-Side podcast. I'm joined by Ross Stewart,
Ni hao.
Craig Gregor,
Hola.
Billy Kirkpatrick,
Bonjour.
and Matthew Thompson away in a foreign land.
Evening, folks.
It's been a fantastic weekend of great football and a very exciting cup final.
Mm-hmm. Is that where we're starting?
No, we're not. We're not starting there. I'm just saying it was a very exciting cup final. We're going to start in sunny Ayr, seaside Ayr, and we're going to discuss the game that ended Mark Kerr's managerial reign at Ayr. 1-0 loss to Arbroath. Craig Gregor, you were there.
I mean, all I've got written down for this game is Ayr gash. I didn't want to write anything else. I want this game by with. We'll go into the new games with the new. Well, I don't know where they'll have a new. They won't have a new manager in before the next game, but because applications don't end until Monday. If anyone wants to apply for that one, yeah, but it wasn't a good game. We seemed to be the better team in the first half, and then we didn't really come out in the second half. The less said about it, the better.
Can I put this out there? And hopefully no one disagrees with me when I say this, but recently, Ayr are gash.
That's 100% right.
They have been struggling.
You're saying about applying for the vacant managerial position. I might take you up on that because I had quite a successful football manager career with Wealdstone. Almost got them promoted. So
if you bring in 60 players, that normally happens.
It was
over 100.
Exactly.
Yeah, 1 win in 10. 1 win in 10 for Ayr United, and that win was against Alloa. So no wins.
After a spell of 4 home games in a row, we now do have a spell of 4 away games in a row, so that's always good.
You got to make those home advantages count.
Arbroath undefeated in 2021 so far.
Yeah, fair. You've got to say fair play to Arbroath, to be fair. They are. Dick Campbell's got them doing bits, as per usual.
I've seen that. I've seen there was a little bit on Sky Sports. Do you see the thing in Sky Sports News about him?
I was going to say he was doing bits on Sky Sports News.
Yeah, it was quite funny, to be fair. Bit of a character.
He's some guy.
Screaming at the ref that last time I was at Somerset to see him. That was the last time I seen Dick Campbell was getting sent off.
It was on the pitch.
To be fair, can you blame him? It was a stonewall penalties you get back then.
Yeah.
But on the game itself, it was a very uneventful game. Ayr did have a new goalkeeper in for the day, and with Sinisalo being injured, which rumoured to be out for 6 weeks now. So, don't know whether they'll be looking to get him. What's his name?
Arminsky, yes. Peter
Arminsky, that's the one. That's the one.
Goalkeeper.
And obviously with the news coming out of the club that everyone's favourite personality on a night out, Ellis Hare-Reid, is going back to New Zealand.
He's going back to go to university, I believe, and possibly play some part-time football over there.
He was a part-time footballer over here, so...
He was a no-time footballer over here.
No, he played that one friendly we went to in Stranraer.
He played the cup game against Wrexham.
And that went really well.
Yeah, that was not.
And we lost in penalties.
I'd like to point out that was not through choice.
No.
It was through
He didn't
choice.
choose to play.
Well, it was
not through choice in the sense of our main goalkeeper at the time was called up for international duty.
Yeah, but McCall decided not to get the game called off. Because he was confident enough.
Diddy Cup, it's the Iron Brew, Tunnocks tea cake. I don't know, whatever
Black
sponsor
Jack,
it is next.
Mickey Mouse.
Whoa, we don't...
Well,
we
it
don't
took you
use
4
words like
attempts
Mickey
to win that
Mouse.
cup, Jer.
It did.
How many times have you won it though?
It doesn't matter.
Take that.
I think
Doesn't matter because they're Ayr, not Rangers.
It had to be the end. That result had to be the end of Kerr. He did the right thing.
No. Not the result. Not the result. It's his interview after the result. That's the main part for me.
I want to just quickly touch on the fact that how tactically inept do you have to be going from challenging for promotion the season before to being scrapping in a relegation battle with the squad is good enough. It's not as if the squad's drastically decreased.
Yeah.
The squad is still there to push for that
No,
promotion
but-
places.
To be fair, see if you got points for preparation, they'd be top of the league.
True, but let's remember that if he just played himself, then they would be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But it's because he didn't want to play himself, and he wanted to play other players. That is why they lost so many games.
It's a the one thing I've got to say is it's a good thing if the new chairman's come in and he's acted straight away. Like, I think this was the right time to get rid of him. This is where like previous managers who've maybe went on just like a good 5 or 6 games too far after the right time comes around.
Well, you talk about teams going too far with managers keeping them for too long. That's what Celtic have done this season with Neil Lennon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. So 2 hunts for managers ongoing. Some interesting names in the running. The main 4 really are David Hopkin, Jim McIntyre, Peter Houston, and Stuart McCall probably. Interesting. I know Billy said that Stuart Kettlewell was supposed in the running for it, but his name's not even on the list in the bookies.
According to my source, so I heard,
yeah,
he was in the running, but evidently not the case. Could still be proven wrong. But...
No, something we don't, and that they don't. All right, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, apparently they are going to look for an experienced manager this time.
I thought you said inexperienced there.
No, experienced. So the names that like James McFadden, I presume he won't be in with it. He's not really got much experience, has he?
Also,
Who would
Gordon
you
Strachan.
like to take the job?
Did you say Gordon Strachan?
I
Dom?
said Gordon Strachan.
Can we see? That's the thing. Can we afford? Could we afford Gordon Strachan? Could they afford?
Do you want
Strachan?
Gavin? Do you want Gavin Strachan? You can have Gavin Strachan if you want.
No, they cannot.
I'm not having the
We've
laptop, man.
already just got rid of our man with a laptop, Matt. Okay.
Do you want Neil
Do you
Lennon?
want another one?
Neil Lennon's jobless. Come on.
Neil Lennon and Danny Lennon. What a combo.
What, both of them?
The Lennon brothers.
We should get
Lennon's-
the Lennon.
What a partnership.
Mm-hmm.
A game on, game off system.
Yeah.
And if you believe some fanciful rumours, Sir Alex Ferguson.
Tell you what, he should do it just for the banner. Honestly, that's why he should do it.
I think he's still got enough in him to manage.
Think you can get your job, Bill.
I think it'd be tough, but I think
He doesn't. He also doesn't need the money. Okay, he's not dying for money here. So
The best Scottish manager of all time. I think he still has it in him to keep
What
better.
about
Talking about
Walter Smith?
No, Lennon's Irish, Stuart.
silly
For
jerk.
God's sake.
What about Walter Smith?
Walter Smith of their job.
I think he's a
He'd
bit
get
old.
that
He's a bit
team showing
past it.
some passion.
Would he? Can he
He
even get out of his chair?
I-
Can he even get out of his chair these days?
I want somebody to go in there and just, ruffle some feathers.
Man's
And,
about 700 years old.
Tell them, right, it's been
Sir Alex
trapped.
is a young pup.
It's
Fair
Well, I
play,
know.
here's-
I know.
Rile them up. Come
No,
on.
shut up, Billy. Shut up, Billy.
That's what I want. I want a riler.
Okay, but Walter Smith ain't going to be that sort of guy right now. He's sitting there at 90. He's like, I can't be arsed getting up.
He's not nice.
Might as well be in a care home.
Walter, if you're listening, we don't mean it.
All the best.
All the best.
Love you. Thanks for all the memories.
You're a good picture.
Oh, jeez. Okay, going from one.
73 fair.
Okay, that- Close enough. That's plenty.
Is that not? That must,
go-
that must be younger than Sir.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, fair
Right.
bet.
Right. Going from one struggling championship team to another. We've got Wraith 3, Alloa 1. Alloa are on a poor run of form.
I really feared for the worst when Alba went 1-0 up in that game, to be honest with you.
It was some nice play from them to actually go 1-0 up. I was listening to because obviously there's no commentary, so you're listening to like the player shouting and the players like all calling for the like. You hear them calling for the ball and being like, yes, 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 and then it's quite a nice ball actually, like up and in, and
Oh, look who scores, an ex-Ayr player.
It's amazing what happens.
Ennis Cameron.
It's amazing what happens when you actually have a coach that actually knows how to tactically get the ball up and score. The players.
It was nice play. It was good play.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, it was a very good cross in. Good leap from Big Ennis. Get his head on it.
It's on a good run of form. Scored goals.
Yes.
It was a good one to send it into back, like send it in and then him to nod it back across goals.
Yeah.
Again.
Cross goals. Good
But-
one.
What sort of mood are you in tonight? Come on.
I'm really sad to learn the news that Nikica Jelavic is finally retired. And from me, I wish him well.
Sorry, is this
thought he
relevant to the
retired years
Wraith
ago.
Alloa game?
He's a big Wraith legend, isn't Nikica Jelavic?
Right. No, he's getting muted for 2 minutes. Right.
He's got a timeout.
Christ. There wasn't really much action really to talk about, was there?
There was, to be fair, Wraith had a penalty claim for a handball. The angles didn't really let you see much of it if it was a handball or not, so
Nah,
have to
not
say
for me.
credit to it. Then they had the disallowed goal for a foul on the goalkeeper, which was the correct decision.
To be fair, nowadays, anyone goes near the goalkeeper, then a lot
Yeah,
of the time it's a foul, so you can't really be complaining about that.
they'd eventually get the equaliser though. Get that. Get the Davidson snapped onto a loose ball in the box.
Snapped
Fired
on.
at
I
home.
like that word.
He did. That's using my lingo.
So good.
That's Craig. He got a D in higher English.
Mm-hmm.
But
He learnt words like snapped and on.
Can't believe just gaslighted me that.
Yeah, but anyway, moving on. So equaliser got in, and then Hendry, 84th minute, with the turning point of the game, scoring the goal. And what a goal it was!
The goal.
Was it a good goal?
It was sensational. I can't think of any better myself.
what was it like, Bill? I missed that goal.
Just superb. You know that. It was just a great goal.
What a goal!
You know me.
Uh.
I love all the goals.
All the goals.
Mhm.
I wish every game was 6-4. It'd be much more exciting.
Well, this game was not 6-4. This game was 3-1.
I know, but that's why it's not as exciting.
It was about as exciting as the game we got this weekend, to be fair.
Yeah, it's probably
Yeah.
the best one. Other than the cup final.
Let's not. And Wraith made sure they won just in injury time. A
They
minute
did.
into injury
Although-
time, yeah.
Yeah, and then Alloa did get a penalty 2 minutes later, though, to be fair.
But
Consolation.
big
But,
ex-Ayr player Alan Troughton could not put it
He
away.
couldn't score. It was a good save, to be fair. It was a decent penalty, none unlike the past couple of weeks where we've had some pretty mince penalties.
All that matters is if it goes in.
Wouldn't
It
matter
does.
anyway because it was the last kick of the game, so
It was, yeah.
it would only have been a consolation goal for Alloa.
But it could have helped Alloa with their goal difference if it comes down to that.
Well, that does leave them 4 points adrift at the bottom, with Ayr having 2 games in hand, so there'll be 4 points adrift at the bottom still after the games in hand.
Well, it depends who's taking interim charge of Ayr.
The academy coaches, Davy White and others.
They're renowned.
Derek
that's-
Stiller, the
that-
goalkeeping coach. I'd like to
Yeah.
clarify. We should
Other
What's
than
it?
sub-manager.
What did you say, Bill? Sorry?
Derek Stiller, the goalkeeping coach.
Is that the Tory candidate as well?
I don't think that's relevant, but yes, that's
I was asking just a question.
Yeah,
Is
yeah, I know.
that the one? Yes. That's fine. I assumed that's who it was.
Fair. So, yeah.
Too
Ayr
bad,
kind of need to appoint someone soon, don't they?
I didn't realise how bad Alloa's goal difference was there when you were talking about it until I just looked at it. -21 after 18 games.
Yeah, no, that was the joke. That was the joke.
That is not good.
No.
I mean, even Ayers isn't that bad. We're only -1.
-1 isn't bad.
That's not.
It's not terrible.
Because we've not conceded that many goals. We've just not scored many.
Yeah, seems to be a real issue.
You've blown the opportunity to sign a new striker, from what I've learned.
No, can we not?
I don't think we need to talk about that. I think it's
No, we don't. I think it's
Farcical
nonsense.
hearsay, that's what
Yeah.
In other championship news, Hearts are 3 draws at the bounce now.
3 draws in the bounds, yeah.
All one each.
All 1 each draws.
So moving on to my prediction for next week, 1 each in the Hearts
1
game.
each in the Hearts game.
Well, I think we should go back to my prediction from last week for the Hearts game.
No, we'll get to it.
Can I finish? It's not fantastic from Hearts, considering when we started this just over a month ago, I said that Hearts will easily walk this league, and now they'll still win the league, but they're putting themselves in a bit of a tricky situation if other teams win games that are games in hand.
If anyone would like to go back to the earlier episodes and listen to me say that Hearts won't walk this league because they aren't anything special, then feel free to do that.
I don't think they're anything special, but I just think they've got a better team than the rest of the league.
They've got a lower end Premiership level team, but a lower end Championship level manager. In my opinion, he is.
Oh yeah, I tweeted when I was a bit drunk on Friday night. Hearts are gash, and they've got a gasher manager. I don't like him. It was a strange one for them to sign him back again.
Well, I mean, briefly on the game, I watched it. I felt first half Inverness 3-0 up comfortably, very Neil McCann. I don't know what Neil McCann had done, but he turned himself into Jose Mourinho for the first 20 minutes of the game. He was just Inverness was sensational, and then but couldn't find that cutting edge to get the cushion, and then Hearts equalised, and then it was a very scrappy kind of Towsy affair after that. Lots of needle in the challenges, and just a very kind of scrappy last kind of 30 minutes, to be honest. But fair result is a draw, I would say.
Yeah, probably I've got to agree with that. Yeah.
Yep, I'd say so.
What other games did we have on in the Championship?
Elsewhere, Morton drew 2 each with Dundee at home.
I don't know where you've seen the Craig McGuffey goal in that game, by the way.
Goal of the season. I'm voting now. Goal of the season.
I was going to say Craig's favourite player in the world picking up some goal for Morton.
It was a very good goal, got to say.
I mean, Billy has said he likes all the goals, but is that what he likes the most?
This was thunder twatted into the top right hand corner.
Language, Billy. Jeez.
Sorry, we're censored.
It was that good. It was the goal of all goals this week.
Goal of all goals.
There we go. That's all we need to know.
But then Cumdog hits back.
Oh God.
I don't know if that's PG, but sure.
It's enough of that game.
That's enough of that game. Yep. Now that he said that, and Queen of the South winning 1-0 over Dunfermline.
Yep, and just whilst we're on the topic of Queen of the South, I just wish Queen of the South fan Tiger Woods a speedy recovery after his car crash.
You're a fucking cunt.
You can't say that. You can't want to see.
I definitely can.
I never knew Tiger was a Queen of the South fan. Never knew that.
Yes. Never misses a game.
And tribute, because his favourite player, Willie Gibson, did score the goal, to be fair.
And I tell you what,
he took off it.
if McGuffey's goal was my goal of all goals of this week, this was my second goal of all goals of this week. It was another great strike.
And he took off his top to celebrate, and he had a Tiger signature red top on underneath.
Well, I'm tearing up thinking about it.
Oh, speedy recovery to you, Tiger. Ugh. Right.
I think that's moving us on to the Premiership, yeah.
I will swiftly move us on to the Premiership. In action where lots of Premiership teams, not all of the Premiership teams, but, all the important ones.
Mm-hmm.
Celtic winning 1-0 at home to Aberdeen. A goal that no one ever saw because Celtic TV didn't have their website functioning at the point when the goal went in.
So you tell me the goal didn't happen, so 0-0 we'll put that one down as?
0-0 we'll put that one down as.
That's fine, because I had a draw in the predictions, so we're fine with that.
From what I read, though, it was largely deflected into the net.
It wasn't deflected, it was swerved.
Was it swerve? Okay.
It was swerved.
Swerved off.
Yeah,
the
no,
guy, more like.
Round the guy.
I actually didn't even watch this because I knew it was going to be shit. Not. It's that way. Like Neil Lennon's left now, and I'm great. I'm happy about that. But I was like, you know what? It's not going to be great today. It's going to be because it's the way that kind of John Kennedy was already there, so it's not going to change greatly straight away. But we'll see. We'll see the next few matches. 3 points on the board.
Bain made a good save. That's not something you hear from Celtic goalkeepers very often this season.
That's great.
I mean, it was kind of straight at him, if that's the one you're talking about.
It was
the header. Apparently,
boring.
Celtic uncharacteristically not winning an aerial ball in the box.
That is unlike them.
Unlike them.
Yeah.
But thankfully, the goalie, as always, there to save the day.
The rock of Celtic's team, some might say.
But yeah, nothing to mention in that game. To be honest.
The rock that the Titanic hit.
Titanic did not hit a rock. You know.
It's a big cold rock, wasn't it?
You're a big cold rock. Now shut up.
What's with Matt's analogies of Tiger?
Yeah, exactly. Nothing else to talk about in that game because it was wank. Okay. Which takes us to shock of the week. Hibs at home to Motherwell losing 2-0. How?
You say shock of the week. I had Hibs in the last man standing. I'm now out said last man standing.
Yeah, okay, so that's why
Thank
they
you,
lost.
Jack
You're a
Ross.
knob. Nah, I did not expect that
It's
to
not
happen.
good. Yeah. Hibs, who really could have capitalised on Aberdeen dropping more points to try and secure that third place, and they've just bottled it.
And Motherwell on a surprisingly, not surprisingly, sorry, on a terrible run of form recently, to be honest. It's not great.
Well, they've got 4 wins out of the last 8, which isn't terrible for a team that was struggling.
Yeah, they'll stay up here easily.
Yeah, that was a big win for them in the battle for relegation. It puts in
Huge win
8
for
points
Motherwell.
clear.
I think there's only 3 teams that can go down in my mind. There's only one team that's going down, but it's between
Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly and Aberdeen. I don't know if they've got enough games left.
So my one of my notes was that I thought Hibs were a bit unlucky. Like they had a fair few chances, and probably their attackers should have put at least one of them away. I think they were unlucky in that regard, but apart from that, they didn't really deserve to win.
Both teams had quite a few chances, to be fair. Motherwell ended up taking the lead, though, with one of their chances. Could be through ball played through. A through ball played through. That's a good one.
Yep. It was a bit slack at the back from Hibs. The defensive line seemed to be in 6s and 7s. They didn't really know where they were meant to be at that point. And then the goalkeeper makes an attempt for it, and it just, his reaction kind of tells you that the defense isn't where they're meant to be because he gets straight up and he's screaming at them.
Yeah, it was not good defending. I think it was mixing McGregor and Hanlon. Just struggled with it.
Mm-hmm. That's a nice finish and fair play getting onto the ball and taking on the goalkeeper one-on-one like that.
That's good.
And it was just after half time they put the nail in the coffin for Hibs through Devante Cole.
Again, it wasn't very good defending, was it? A throw in, just knocked down, and then the Motherwell player just there to just pass it into Devante Cole. Just an easy finish.
I thought Cole had, from watching the highlights, I thought he had quite a good game.
Yeah,
got to be.
Well.
He had a few chances and was well worth his goal, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
A good acquisition for Motherwell, the same as Mugabe as well. I think it's quite a good signing from.
Yeah.
It's been a good signing for Motherwell.
It's one you've got to think if you're a Hibs fan, you're really quite disappointed with, because, like Craig said, it was a huge opportunity to sort of boost yourself up into the
Well,
boost yourself in that fight for third place.
That would have put them 7 points clear Aberdeen with a game in hand.
Yeah, I mean, I still think with the games left, they'll still finish third. I don't see Aberdeen winning many games, unfortunately, for the rest of this. And I think that might just be a blip for Hibs, like just one bad performance.
Maybe.
Good to remember, third place will, providing Scottish Cup winner is either Rangers, Celtic, or third place, or the Scottish Cup doesn't finish, then third place will get guaranteed European group stage football next year.
I think the Scottish Cup being cancelled could be looking more likely.
And
well, I don't know if you've seen the update today, which was we have no update just now.
Exactly, yeah. I've seen the update or lack of.
And if you're asking me who I'd rather have having guaranteed European football, I'd rather have Hibs over Aberdeen going off this season, because I don't. We had this discussion the other day that maybe a Hibs or an Aberdeen would do better if they were in the groups. You know what I mean?
Yeah, than like one-off games. I think
rather than the one-off games like the two-legged ties, they do better in a group stage. But I'd rather have Hibs there because I feel like they're more likely, especially if there's crowds coming back in as well. They're more likely to get results and get somewhere in a group stage. Whereas Aberdeen, I don't really see it at the moment. But I mean, they could change my mind quite easily.
I don't think they will.
I know, but they could. I will then. We will talk about Kelly, the Dundee United, a 1-1 draw in Kilmarnock, and some greatly appreciated points for Kilmarnock. And yeah, I think from a few of the highlights, it actually looked like it was better. It was something better from Kelly, and I'm sure Billy will agree and tell us why he thinks it was better.
Yeah, so I think overall Kilmarnock were worthy of the point, and probably you could argue they were maybe deserving of all 3 points. First kind of 10-15 minutes, a very kind of tight, kind of towsy affair, very evenly matched. And then Kilmarnock did what Kilmarnock did. Slack mistake from the Kilmarnock player, Medley, to give away possession in the midfield. And it was a quick counter, and then the left back Sporle, or the winger Sporle, took the shot, and it took a very unfortunate deflection off Kirk Broadfoot into the goal, and you thought, oh, here we go again, Kilmarnock concede a goal.
It was some deflection, to be honest. The goalkeeper kind of rooted to the spot almost. He looked like he was going to go one way, and then the ball bounced round him into the far post.
Looking at that goal for me, that was going back to old Kelly for me. The ball was just bouncing around, not really anyone, and then somehow Dundee United have a counter attack when there was no real attack from Kelly. They had a 4v2 or something in counter attack. So it just seemed that Kelly's defence were a bit lost, but then they did well to recover from that mistake. Huh?
Yeah, I mean certainly. As the first half progressed, they seemed to kind of grow. I think Tommy Wright seems to have installed, maybe not a fear of failure culture now. It seems to be, all right, we've conceded the goal, but let's not panic now. Let's go on and try and get something out of the game. And they forced Sigrist into a fantastic double save. This was from the free kick from Lafferty, and then Pinnock with the rebound. It was a great double save. And that continued right the way through into the into half time, into the second half, and eventually they got their rewards with Medley with a towering header into the goal.
Did it not hit his
Thoroughly
feet?
deserved. Was it a header? Or, I don't know.
I thought it went over. I thought it
Ah.
went to his feet in the box. I could be wrong there.
I don't know.
Do we still
Whoever
reckon
it was-
Kelly are going to go down then?
I still
No.
do reckon Kelly will go down because I was looking at they still need a goalkeeper, a goal scorer. They don't have a goal scorer.
Sorry, I don't
Like-
think they'll finish bottom. They might go down, but I don't think they'll finish bottom.
I think they'll finish. I think they'll finish bottom. And my reasons kind of behind this is that I don't think they have enough up front. to
Sorry.
sustain it.
To be fair, Lafferty had
No.
quite a good game.
Stop. Did Matt just say he doesn't think they'll go down, but he thinks they'll finish bottom?
No, the other way around.
He said it the other way around. I'm pretty sure he did.
All right.
They might go
I
down.
thought he said I don't think they'll go down, but I think they'll finish bottom. Which
No, I
doesn't
think
make
they'll finish
sense to me
probably
for a second.
11th. I think they might finish 11th. Yeah, but I don't know. They might lose a playoff. I don't think they'll finish bottom.
I think that what we have to take away, yeah, they've gained a point, but it was against with all due respect, a very bang average Dundee United side.
I've got written down that Kelly need more than draws right now if they want to stay up.
Well, Kelly played Ross County and then Motherwell before the split.
They're
so
big games.
Away to Dingwall, and then home to Motherwell before the split. Two very big games for them. So we'll see how
It's a
they do.
massive game.
Yeah,
You mean home at the Billy Bowie Special Project Stadium?
especially Hamilton have 2 games in hand.
They do that, but that's the key thing for Hamilton right now. What can they do with those 2 games in hand?
Good
So
They're
they
going to
can
be
step in.
Before
so
the-
upset when we're
They do have Aberdeen, St Mirren, St Johnson, Livy. Yeah,
I'm going to be so upset when we're starting next season and Hamilton are still there.
Oh, they will be.
I like Hamilton, I think, you know.
No, you don't.
Fuck up. No one likes
I
Hamilton.
like Hamilton. Yeah, I've said it.
There's 3 teams that need out the league: Hamilton, Livingston, Kelly.
Well, Livingston.
Last
They've all
Plastic
got
pitches.
shit plastic pitches.
Oh, plastic pit. That's right.
This is the only reason I want rid of these clubs. Oh, and the fact I just don't like Kelly.
Mm.
But that's an Ayrshire thing. An Ayr thing, sorry.
That's an Ayrshire thing. Anyone in Ayrshire
Right,
in
true,
general
actually.
doesn't like
It
Kelly.
is an Ayrshire thing. No
Well, to
one
be
likes
fair,
Kelly.
There is only one team in Ayrshire. So
There is
Yep, Darvel Juniors.
Darvel Juniors.
Yeah, a point that Kelly will probably take. They'll be happy about it, but they need more. They need better.
They do, yeah. That's
Hopefully for
it's gonna
them,
be-
for their sake, that they pick it up, but I don't see it.
I mean, their only goal in the last however many games has come from their centre half. Isn't
Yeah,
a good sign for them.
it's not a nice stat. The last Premiership game of the weekend was St Mirren beating Ross County 1-0 at home. A bit of a nothing game, really. With sort of dying embers of the game goal from McGrath. That was it, really.
This moves to down 4 clear in 6th place, though, with only 2 games till the split.
Yeah, that is.
For them.
If they win their next game, they will finish 6th. Well, they won't finish 6th. They'll
They'll
win.
finish in the top 6.
And well, not if they win their next game. Sorry, because their next game against Rangers. If they beat Hamilton, they've got
Yeah,
a game against Hamilton. If
Yeah.
they win that, they're guaranteed top 6.
so fingers
Decent
crossed.
for them, to be fair.
Yeah, it's been a really good season. That top 6 football would be more than they deserve.
Concerning top 5 get European football, it's a big
Yeah.
one for them.
Agreed.
Exactly. They could push on. And finally, there was a lovely day out for 2 teams to Hampden who don't regularly get anywhere near Hampden. Livingston and St Johnson. Well done to both of them for making it to the final. And congratulations to St Johnson on becoming the Betfred Cup winners
And the second most successful club in the last decade.
and the second most successful Scottish club in Scottish football in the last decade. It was only a 1-0 win. Goal coming through the Bells Hill Cafu, Sean Rooney.
I'd be lying if the only thing I really got to take away from this game. I know I said it was a good game at a time. After rewatching the highlights, it wasn't the best game. So the only thing I really got to take away from this game is Sean Rooney he's had a really good season.
Yeah.
He's a right back.
He's had a great season, yeah. He's
What
a
does
big
Scotland
boy
need?
as well.
Scotland need a right back.
See,
You know what?
He's tuning in, Berg. Oh, the last couple of days.
Oh!
What a
What a game,
good
great game.
It was
Yeah,
a
I know.
snooze fest. It was a shame.
It's a shame. I wanted it to be a good game because they're two very evenly matched teams, and I wanted it to be even. Like they were evenly matched, to be fair, throughout the match. I think Livingston were worth a goal in the first half. Or in the first half of the first half, they were definitely worth a goal. St Johnson just making a few more chances for me in the first half, and eventually actually got the goal around half an hour in, and Livingston just didn't really reply from then.
I think a lot of nerves had to play a part in the final. It was a bit too cagey and didn't really show both teams to what they're both capable of doing.
I think Martindale just maybe a bit of inexperience of them to play Bartley
Actually,
in that position for most of the game. I don't think he really did much out in the left.
So there was that, but actually I'll just tell you exactly why Livingston lost. Because he turned up in a tracksuit, and that's not something a fit and proper person would do. So that's why they lost the final.
It's actually because they left top scorer Alan Forrest on the bench.
I was bamboozled that they played Bartley out on the left and didn't play Alan Forrest.
Especially considering you needed someone to compete with Rooney out in that side. Because he's got some legs on him just to get up and down that pitch all day.
I get the point. I get the point of the physicality, maybe, but the sort of the pace.
Yeah,
like Rooney can really shift for a big boy, can't he?
The pace and the stamina as well. He doesn't stop going up and down that pitch.
Even when Alan Forrest came on, he was burning him a couple of times as well. So fair play to the boy. And he fair enjoyed it after the match as well. I seen him. He was posted quite a lot on Twitter. Mm-hmm. He went home. He had a pint of Stella. Beat his wife.
Didn't happen. Just for clarification,
that did not happen.
If his wife is listening, please
don't say us.
He did not beat his wife. Okay.
But like I was saying, Sean Rooney surely got to be up there over like Stephen O'Donnell.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say last week that when we were talking about Motherwell, that surely Stephen O'Donnell at this point is like really dropping down the list of candidates for going to the Euros for Scotland.
I hope so.
I'd rather take Anthony Ralston at this point.
Nah, hold on a minute.
Don't you disrespect Roll Chops like that.
Take Nathan Patterson.
Right,
when I was checking the managerial odds, I did notice that Sean Rooney was added on the odds of players to make the defenders there at the Euros. He is 8-1.
So when you said managerial odds, I was like, oh, he's going to be the next Ayr manager.
No, but you've still got the likes of like Stephen O'Donnell and Liam Palmer are both 3-1 on to make it.
Yeah.
So
we'll see. We'll see. We're getting close to our international break now. So
yeah, if he calls them up this March,
I reckon he deserves a chance. Yeah.
Same.
I keep forgetting this is March. This year has flown in.
It's now coming up in a year since we've been basically locked down.
Yep.
A year since I was last at a football match. A year since Jura was last at a football match.
What a year it has been.
It's been
Rangers Football Club.
I mean, that's true. I think in that last year, Jura, you have won how many league titles and how many trophies you got?
None.
Just out of interest. No, was it? I think we had 2. In that last.
We've had 2 in the last year, and Rangers have had 0.
Sorry, we've had 1.75 trophy. That's still more than 0.
It's still more than 0.
Rumours have it in the trophy cupboard. They've literally sawn down the other quarter of the trophy.
Yep, they have. They cut the bottom off it.
Mm-hmm.
It lies on its side now.
That'd be the only silverware you'll get.
Yeah.
That's what he's going for.
I mean, I wish the last football match that I'd been at before the whole lockdown would be a better football match to be at, but I'll take it because it was. I went by myself and I made a couple of pals, so
Glad you finally got friends.
It was all right.
Last football game I was at was Braga versus Rangers in Portugal.
Yeah.
I actually can't remember the last football game I was at.
I think it's fairly self-explanatory that I was at Celtic Copenhagen.
I think mine might have been the Celtic Cluj game, the last group stage game. I don't know if I went to an Ayr game, but
I don't know.
I can't remember what the last game was before that.
But yeah, because I sat right next to the away fans, which was not fun. I mean, they sang the whole game, fair play to them, and they were wankers when they scored. But apart from that, it was a nice experience, and I left promptly after the full-time whistle, straight on the train down the road to my bed. I felt like ass the next day.
Bag of cans and a cry.
Nah, I felt like ass the next day. I hadn't even drank or anything. Yeah, and that began the week from hell for me. So I will go on no more about that.
Please.
And we'll talk about how Tin Pot St Johnstone are for driving past Celtic Park and shouting, "We've got your trophy," because that is embarrassing.
No, it's good banter.
Is it?
It's not good banter.
It's so Tin Pot.
It is a bit Tin Pot. But you know,
it's banter. And I think it just, I know. I think it just shows though what the last 9 years has done to every team in Scottish football.
I'd say probably the last 4 years in the sense that
last 4 years, yeah.
So fair play.
You can tell everyone's hurting. Fair play. They've got a trophy. Second most successful team in the last decade in Scotland. So
yeah,
well done. We'll look at the predictions from the weekend.
Craig I think that's us done. I don't think we have to look at predictions.
We're out of time.
Craig Gregor, take a bow on. I think it has to be the lowest score.
What did you get?
Of
almost a full card. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
2. He got 2. He got the fact that Morton and Dundee would draw correct. That was it. Everything else he was wrong. So well done. Because that wank. Well done. And second last, Billy, not much better to be honest. He got the Wraith winning and or both winning.
I did say that
for his 4 points. Double Billy's score, myself and Mr. Entertainment with 8 points, and double our score, and he's now shot himself up the leaderboard, is Matt with 16 points, so that takes him to 53 points. Billy in behind on 45. Jur on 42. Myself one behind on 41, and Craig has slipped down on 35. Again, send us your predictions because you will beat us. You will overtake our point total. It's not hard.
Yeah, okay.
For this midweek, there is 3 games set to go ahead, and we'll just quickly run through our predictions for them. So first up, we've got Hamilton St Johnstone. Craig.
Well, I think St Johnstone are going to have a cup hangover, and Hamilton are going to go win that one 2-1.
Bold. Billy.
Well, I kind of tried to be similar with Craig's predictions last week. Look how that did. So I'm not going to.
You should know better, Billy. You should know better.
Go 1 each.
Ross.
I'm going to say St Johnstone 2-0.
5 minutes later.
0-0.
Thank you for taking a break in between me saying that there. I'm going to go opposite of Craig and 2-1 St Johnstone.
Well, it looks like I was the only one to pick up points in that game then.
I'd like to. It wouldn't surprise me if Hamilton did get the 3 points, but I think a draw.
In your midweek TV game, your midweek TV game, you can catch us on Sky Sports And it is Livingston v Rangers on the shittest pitch in the world. Craig?
I think Livingston are also going to have a cup hangover. So it's going to be 3-0 Rangers.
Much as I don't want to agree with Craig, I will agree with him here. 2-0 Rangers.
Oh, bastard.
Just to know, it's a 6 o'clock kickoff for those wanting to catch a game, and I'm gonna say 2-0 as well.
Christ. I'm going to go 2-1. I think Livingston might get a goal. But yeah, 2-1 Rangers. Who's the ref? John Beaton, 3-1 Rangers. Sorry, change that.
Since Matt has
That's
pointed out that John Beaton's
It's the
the
first
ref.
time Matt's
It's the first
predicted
time what?
Rangers to win.
No, he predicted them to beat Antwerp.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna buck the trend, and I'm gonna say 2-1 Livingston. Rangers will get their customary pen, but Livingston will edge this one in the last minute of the game. And finally, Dundee Inverness in the Championship.
Oof.
Also,
Neil McCann versus Old Club. It's going to be a tough one for him. So that's why I'm going to go 2 each.
1 each.
2-1 Inverness.
I'm going to go with 1-0 Dundee.
I'm going to go 1-0 Inverness.
That's fine.
And that rounds up the predictions and the games from last week. So if no one else has anything else to add.
Well, another thing that did happen after the last podcast was the Europa League draw. Found out Rangers' next opponent.
Oh, yeah.
What did you think of the draw, Drew?
It's going to be a good 2 games. It's going to be against, obviously, the better team in Prague. It's going to be quite difficult because they do play a formation which they play 2 CDMs, which means Patterson and Barisic might struggle to bomb down the wings. But it'll be an interesting game. It's one of the easier draws, but at this stage in the competition, there's no such thing.
I did see there was one journalist, as he would call himself, tried to make a wreck on Celtic when the draw was made, and then swiftly had to delete his tweet because he realised that there are 2 teams in Prague, which was hilarious. Actually,
Did he say it was the same team that beat Celtic?
Yeah, he said it's the same team that beat Celtic 4-1 twice. Was
No,
corrected
actually, to be
multiple
fair,
times
no.
and deleted it.
No, we lost 4-1 twice to the team worse than these guys. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah, get up.
Yeah. I personally, it will be a tasty tie.
Yeah.
I've not heard that a tie described as tasty for a while, so it'll
When's
be a
the first
tasty
leg?
tie.
It's the first leg a week on
Next-
Thursday.
Yeah, week on Thursday.
Yes. And without further ado, I think that's it.
I
So,
believe that's everything, yeah.
Yeah.
Ross Stewart, a goodbye.
Yep. Thanks to everyone that's listened to the podcast and hopefully made it this far. I'll see you on Thursday.
Craig,
Adios.
William,
Goodbye. May the ball roll kindly for this week's games, if you'll pardon the pun.
Matt,
I just want to give a very quick shout out to the Premier Inn free Wi-Fi. It's absolutely rock solid. And Richard Branson, if you're listening, your Wi-Fi shit.
Yep. Next time, Premier Inn, we will inform you when Matt's coming and you can give him the business Wi-Fi for free, so he could be even better.
Mm-hmm.
I hope everyone listening had a great time listening to us. I'm Fergus Smith. We have been the Five Side Podcast. Good night, goodbye, God bless.